All right, here we go. Let's multiply a binomial times a trinomial. So first, we know this is a binomial. It has two terms, y and 8. We know this is a trinomial. It has three terms, 2y squared, negative 7y, negative 1. Again, in my eyes, everybody think about this related to what your past experience has been in math. This is two terms times three terms. That's like a 2-digit number times a 3-digit number. There's no way you can do that in your head. There's got to be a paper trail. When we multiply a 2-digit number times a 3-digit number in arithmetic, we line up the number with the more place value. So again, if we're multiplying a binomial times a trinomial, we would line up first the one with more place value. So I would write 2y squared minus 7y minus 1, and I'm going to multiply that to y plus 8. And I'm going to keep my polynomials in parentheses so I know I'm multiplying. Okay, I'm going to put my line. We know multiplying is just distributing. So we'll start with the ones placed to 8. And here we go. What is 8 times negative 1? Negative 8. What is 8 times negative 7y? Negative 56y. What is 8 times 2y squared? Well, 8 times 2 would be 16y squared. You just distributed to 8 to all three terms. Now, are we done? No. We're going to put our placeholder of 0, and we're going to continue. Now we're going to distribute in the tens column the y. Y times negative 1 is negative y. A positive times a negative is a negative. Multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. It stays the same. We're going to do y times negative 7y. Well, that's 1 times negative 7, which is negative 7, and y times y till the day you die is y squared. Then we're going to multiply y times 2y squared. Well, 1 times 2 is 2. Y times y squared. There's an invisible exponent of the 1 here, and you have an exponent of the 2, and if you put it together, that makes y cubed. Remember, when you multiply variables, your exponent's got to get bigger. That's why you're adding. Now, I love this method because all your like terms are already lined up. You know who to add to who. This is the only term with a y cubed, so we'll bring it down. 2y cubed. 16y squared minus 7y squared would be a positive 9y squared. Negative 56y and negative 1y. Well, they're both negative, so you would add them and get negative 57y. Now, everybody look, we're adding here. When we add, the letter stays the same. Do not add a y and a y and make y squared. When you add, it doesn't change. If I have a dog and you have a dog, we have two dogs. They don't change. If I have an apple, and you have an apple, we have two apples. It doesn't change when we add. So you got to pay attention to that. When I add a y squared to a y squared, it stays a y squared. We're adding now, so the letters stay the same. Up here, we were multiplying. That's why the exponents changed. Last, we'll add our constants, negative 8. Are we in the correct descending order? Well, let's check. Exponent 3, exponent 2, exponent of 1, no exponent because there's no y. We are correct. And this is the product of a binomial times a trinomial. Really simple. Just think third grade math. Now, we will talk about in later videos how you could do this mentally without doing a whole big paper trail. But believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I firmly believe if you would just do the paper trail, you'll always get the correct product. A lot of times when we're trying to learn a lot of tricks to do in our head, we get confused. So this method of multiplying will always work. Okay, we are going to talk about some tricks in the next video. I'll see you then.